If you have a digital skill set but don't know how to get clients, don't know where to search for them, and what's the strategy behind all of that, I'm going to explain everything in this video for you for free. I have absolutely nothing to gain from it. I'm just going to share you my frameworks, what worked for me, and what strategies am I going to use to get to the next level. What I'm doing right now is I'm brainstorming how I'm going to improve processes in outreach and getting new clients in future in 2026, 27, 27. So let's get straight into it. What you need to do is you need to understand that there is no hack. There is no secret to getting the money. You need to learn a skill set. You need to become good at doing something. What can that be for you? It can be video production. That is for me at least. It can be graphic design. It can be audio design. It can be producing ads, copywriting, email marketing, anything that you can offer remotely for US clients, because we're not going to focus on working locally, especially if you grew up in a third world country just like I did. You need to work with US based clients. That's the only way for you to make any decent kind of money, especially if you're trying to scale, if you want to hire, if you want to have good profit margins. That is how you need to operate. The second thing that you need to understand is that you're not going to sell them video editing. You're not going to sell them web design. You're going to sell them graphic design, thumbnails, graphics for social media. You are going to try to understand how can you utilize video editing for them as a tool, so they can make more money with you, so they can save time, so they can be more efficient, so they can benefit in a way that's going to be monetary and worth it for them. Because if you just come up to someone and say, hey, I do video editing, no one will take you seriously. You need to provide them some monetary value, or you need to be on the highest possible level, but we're not going to talk about reaching those film productions or anything like that. So we want to have a very simple offer, and I'm going to break down what an offer is. We want to have it very simple. We want to have it straightforward for you. So even if you're a beginner and you have a good skill set, you can then start doing the outreach. I'm going to explain what outreach is in a second as well, and you will be able to start making your first money. So what is an offer? An offer is something that you're going to pitch to someone, something that you're going to explain to someone as a value proposition on how someone is going to see value from what you're doing. I will show you a few different ways on how you can brainstorm your offers. First of all, you need to understand what do you do and who do you do it for. For example, my main offer for years was doing video sales letters. So my offer was I make high converting VSLs for high ticket offers. What that means, we need to have the offer as simple as possible. This is called headline. This is something that is the first sentence that someone is going to see about you. You will have your landing page, your website, and the website needs to have a very, very clear headline on what you do and who you do it for, and why does it matter for your target audience, for the people who want to buy from you. So the offer needs to be very simple to understand. It needs to call out the audience. It needs to tell them what differentiates you from the rest of the people. Because in the video production space, there's a very tiny amount of people who actually understand marketing, sales, human psychology. How can you actually produce videos that are going to drive some monetary results, like producing ads, high converting video sales letters, which is what I chose for many years. And then I know that as their number one pain point, and I'm going to turn it into my biggest advantage. So my value proposition is that I'm going to make high converting VSLs. What high converting means? That means that, and by the way, VSLs are videos that are going to be placed on someone's web page that are going to explain what they're offering to someone. So the goal of every single video sales letter is to increase conversion and show up rates. It is to build trust and report. It is to explain the offer in the simplest possible way. And it is to lead them to book a call with you. If it's a high ticket offer, to book a call. If it's a low ticket offer, you can always lead them directly to purchase immediately, but that's very rare when we're producing these high converting VSLs for high ticket offers, because high ticket offers means that they're selling 5, 10, 20, $50,000 products or services, and that's who I'm helping with. So then after we have a rough guidance on what are we trying to sell, we need to understand who is our ideal buyer. So who is going to buy our product? For me, those were businesses who are making $50,000 per month. I would say 500 actually, because 50,000. I mean, it also depends on what level you are at and how much are you going to charge for your services. But it's always to work with high profile people than to work with broke people. That's just the fact. Businesses who are using VSL funnels. So that is one qualification that I need to find out. Is someone using VSL in their current funnel? Because it's very hard to pitch someone who isn't used to VSLs, who's doing maybe masterclass funnels or any type of other funnels. It's very hard for them to just accept what you're doing. Then we have marketing agencies creating VSL funnels. So this is a great example on how you can partner up with marketing agencies as a video production agency, and then they can be the middleman between the final client and you'll have consistent workflow. Then we have high ticket offer based businesses. As I mentioned, mostly that will be in consulting, in coaching spaces, done for you agencies, etc. And then we have people who are fed up with bad editors, wasting time and money teaching them about marketing. So that's very important, because I know that that's their biggest pain point, and I want to emphasize that. So their pain points are, so you're going to list out who's your ideal customer avatar, what are their pain points, what are the benefits that you're going to provide for them. Their pain points are not having marketing background, not focusing on their target audience, not doing the market research, too much work on the client side. Because when you're working with clients, whatever kind of service you're offering, you want to make the process as effortless as possible for them, especially if you're selling high ticket. They need to feel taken care of. They don't have to think about any single thing. They need to be sure that you're going to deliver on time, that you're going to figure out things by yourself, that you're not going to ask them stupid questions like, oh, where can you find the logo of your website? Like, go to the website and search it up. If you have stupid questions, ask ChatGPT. Don't be stupid to ask them questions that can be solved with ChatGPT. Latent analysis, poor quality, inconsistent. So you're going to list out all of the pain points of your target audience, and then you're going to turn it into benefits that are going to be rebuttaling their pain points. So you're going to say how exactly are you going to solve their pain points and their issues. And then you can form a little pricing guide. I'm not going to reveal that much here. And what else? Then you need to structure that landing page. Then you need to prepare actually examples of VSLs. If you're doing VSLs, you need to have at least a few examples where you can show how did you get results to your previous clients through VSLs. Collect all of that, record your own VSL, especially if you're doing a VSL funnel. So you're going to create the landing page. You need to learn how to use Wix. I think Wix is the easiest because you can learn it in 10 minutes on how to create websites. So you just need to create a simple website. It needs to have good headline, which tells what you do, who you do it for. It needs to have some more context about it. This isn't really important, but it is what it is. Then you need to have a book a call option. This is the call to action. So this is something that you want people to do after checking your website. And the book a call option should be as easy as possible. Once again, we need to lead them. They should be able to book a call with you very, very easily. Then we have view projects, because if you're doing video production, you need to show your competence. And how you're going to show your competence in producing good videos? By showing the videos that you produce. So you're going to create the page with multiple videos that you produce, pick 10 of the best videos that you did, show them here. You can embed them to Wistia to have this GIF preview to make the engagement even better. You're going to show the final deliverable here. You're going to show the case study, because it's very important for people, especially if you're going to pitch them on performance-based services. It's very important to show them your competence in thinking the right way, in strategizing and organizing everything for them. So let's go over here and let me show you this case study. So it's 15 minutes long. And here I break down all of the results that my target audience can expect when working with me. So the goal is to increase their conversion and show up rates, to capture emails through the opt-in form, to build trust and report, blah, 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 blah. So we have lots of these goals that we want to show. And I'm not even going to show them the final video here. I'm not even going to show them what the production looked like, because it's not important. What is important for your client is what kind of results can you provide for them. So let's go here and let's see what did I break down here. I know that their biggest pain point is that editors don't understand how to do the market research, how to produce videos that are going to be aligned with their target audience, how are they going to structure these videos. So I did quick breakdown of our target audience here. I broke down their pain points. So these are not my client's pain points, but the client's client pain points. Low return on investments, bad results, blah, blah, blah. So we listed out all of that to just make them understand better how we structure this. Then we analyze the funnel, because if you start selling services online, you need to understand that it's not just about doing your own service. You will need to learn about marketing, about sales, about human psychology, about business operations, about taxes, about invoicing, about managing projects, about managing teams, about well communication, well organization. It's not just about providing the service. Providing the service is the lowest hanging fruit of all of that. So you will need to understand a bit more of marketing. But when you get started with all of this, focus on learning a service, learning how to do service properly, and then you will figure out all of the rest in the future. Here I also broke down the script writing, because that's another big pain point. A lot of video producers are not good at copywriting, and I think that I'm very decent at that, especially for VSLs. So here I break down why they will structure the VSL in a certain way. So first of all of the VSL needs to start with hook, results, pain amplification, solution introduction, hero story, and client success stories to build up that trust to the maximum. And then when the trust is on the maximum, we need to have the call to action and to make them convert into going to our funnel and booking a call, or whatever we want them to do. So here we're breaking down the copywriting. Why do we structure the hook in a certain way? Because hook is the most important part of the video. Hook needs to grab the attention of our target audience. It needs to call out our audience. It needs to promise them why they should stick to our video. What will they get if they watch the video until the end? So we're mentioning their dream outcome. We're calling them out. So med spa owners and wellness centers, if you want to make extra $15,000 per month by adding an extra modality to your business, and you haven't done it so far, you're missing out on this big opportunity. And this will just bring curiosity to them to watch the video until the end, and it will be much easier for us to pitch the service. So you will collect all of the projects that you completed. You will then record a VSL, video sales letter, explaining how are you going to solve all of the pain points and all of the problems for your customer. This doesn't have to be super well polished, so you can record the video in the sales style as I'm recording right now. Okay, it's still recording here. So yeah, so just record a quick Loom video. So this is called a Loom type of video, where you can just screen record it plus your webcam, and that's more than enough if you know what you're talking about and if you're focusing on what's important for your target audience. Then here we have some social proof. That means that we're building trust by showing who we previously worked for. I was lucky enough to work for Amazon, Intuit, Kajabi, Eurostar, OnePlus, and all of the big brands. And I have a very good portfolio to back up the results that I'm able to provide for my clients. Then we have case studies here. So case studies are one of the most beneficial things that you can do for your company. If you're trying to scale up, if you're trying to sell like this, and I have very, very, very high conversion rate and closing rate actually on sales calls. At least 80%, at least 80%, because when someone gets on a call with me, they're already invested enough and they're already familiar with what I'm going to offer them. So they don't have to think about whether it's worth it for them or not. I already kind of sold them before they even hop on a call with me. So on the call, it's just about figuring out what are their exact needs and expectations and how can we fulfill those for them. I have a YouTube channel with tons of case studies. I have like 30 or 40 videos here, and each video is like 15 to 20 minutes long, and each video goes deeply inside of the marketing strategy, winning ad breakdown. So let's go here, and when someone goes here, they will see value. They will see that I know what I'm talking about. They will see that I am actually good at analyzing their offer, analyzing the market, analyzing the funnel, setting up the funnel, doing the production, making sure that the process is easy and as effortless for them, etc., etc. So this will serve you as a bonus for them to just increase your conversion rates, to increase your show up rates, your trust, and everything. Then I focused here on a few pain points here. So we have built for busy teams, because people on the highest level don't have the time to deal with video production. They don't want to deal with your stupid questions. They don't want to deal with you asking them about. Let me connect my laptop real quick. All right. So they don't want to deal with all of the stuff that they don't have to deal with. They already have lots of people to manage. They already have lots of time taken up every single day by their work. And they don't want to be in the trenches of fixing your edits. They need to focus on strategy, on their business, and you are here to handle the production for them. Effortless process, self-explanatory, creative partners you can rely on, because more often than not, I've hired a lot of video editors in the past to help me on some projects. I've seen a lot of people being inconsistent with quality, inconsistent with delivering on time, bad with communication. And those are just small things that you can easily fix. You can easily fix some of those things to get to the top 10% of service providers in the world. And then we have stop paying for useless videos. So that means that they're not going to waste money on videos that just look beautiful. They're going to invest into videos that are going to drive some monetary outcomes for their businesses. And here, as you can see, I added call to actions under multiple sections here to remind them at any stage of their reading through this webpage that they can book a call with me to learn more and to just get started. And by the way, I'm not pre-framing this call as something where I'm going to pitch them anything, where I'm going to sell them. Just read through this. During this call, we're going to discuss your business, review your funnel and audience, and outline how we would approach your video strategy. If it's a fit, great. If not, you'll still leave with clarity and ideas you can use. So you are giving them value either way. Even if they don't end up paying you and working with you, they will still leave the call with some value. No pressure, no sales tactics, just value. I never understood, if you're selling B2B, and I've seen lots of these guys do this, and it never made sense to me. But if you're selling B2B, you need to assume that a lot of these people have read the same books that you did on sales, and you're still trying to use those sleazy sales tactic like, okay, so can you tell me, John, how would your family's life change if you started working with us? I mean, everyone understands that you're trying to sell them something. So I don't know why people are doing that. So just stop doing that. Just be real. Just try to understand what are their needs. And I'm going to go inside of that as well. So let's go here and let me show you how my sales call actually looks like. So this is the discovery call that I'm having with my clients. Tell us about your company. So we'll have three phases of the call. Your needs. So we're first focusing on their needs. That's the most important stuff. Then I'm going to explain more about us, what we've been doing, and then I'm going to explain the next steps. First of all, tell us about your company. So what's your business model? What is your offer? What's your ideal customer avatar? What are their biggest pain points? What are their objections? What are their false beliefs? What are their FAQs? What problems does your company solve for them? What's your average price point? Is it a high ticket or low ticket offer? Because it depends on the strategy that we're going to provide for you, etc., etc. So first 20 or 30 minutes of that call, if it's a 1 hour call, would be just learning about them, asking the questions, listening. I'm not going to talk about myself. Nobody cares about me. I'm here to deliver your service. I'm a nobody for you. So how am I going to help your business? And then we have some testimonials, what previous clients had to say about you. This, I mean, most of the people will lie about that, but I just put it there. Anyone who work with me or who wants to work with me can reach out to any of these people and they can just see what kind of person I am and what kind of service do I offer. So this is a little breakdown on, let me see how, okay, 20 minutes long. Okay. So this is a little breakdown on how you're going to position everything for yourself. This is a breakdown on what you need to do before you even head into finding any clients. You need to have a good skill set. You need to be good at what you do. You need to be good at it. Invest 1 to 3 years. And I know it sounds like a lot, especially on social media. Like you want results yesterday, you want to make it in the crypto world. Yeah, just invest 500 euros and you'll make 1 million tomorrow. And that doesn't work. That doesn't work. I never met a single business owner who made it like that. I've never met it. I met a lot of multimillionaires who made it through hard work, through 10 to 15, 20, 50 years, not 50, but 30 years of experience and being in the trenches and learning everything about their industry and providing the best possible service. And then you'll be able to make some money. Forget product-based businesses, especially if you have no experience, you won't be able to sell anything because it's much more complex. Service-based businesses are the easiest to get started because you don't need any investment. You just need to invest time, and everyone has time to invest and to learn. You don't need to invest into courses. Like you can just go to YouTube and search video editing course, free, and bam, you have tons of these. I mean, 4 hour course, you can watch this video and I'm pretty sure you'll do good at video editing. You'll learn the skill, the basics of skill. And then you need to just work on different projects and do tons of free work. I did my first 10 years of my career were free work. I never got any money for the first 10 years. I was just working for free like a like a dog, you know. I was just chasing, like give me the work for free. I was actually losing money on projects for the first 10 years until I actually started to get paid really, really well. So now let's go over how do you actually sell, because a lot of people will just learn the skill. Okay, you have the skill, and what do you do with it? What do you do? Because it's one thing to understand how to do something when it comes to providing the service, and it's a totally different thing to sell it and to find clients. Where to find clients? The easiest way for beginners is to just go on Upwork, go on Fiverr, go on platforms where you can find freelance remote work. And let me show you my strategy, the strategy that is working right now in 2026, this day. And I'll show you exactly how I closed a client a few weeks ago and made easy money, very, very easy money. So let's go here. On Upwork, you need to create an account. I haven't even optimized it that well. You need to have a good image. That's like very normal. You need to have a good headline on what you're doing. So I'm a VSL editor, blah, blah, blah. And then you need to go here and to search for jobs. Okay, so I have some saved search here. So let's go over video production, for example. And by the way, Upwork, where is my webcam? By the way, Upwork is a pay-to-win solution. So you need to invest money here to get leads. It is what it is, but I'm going to show you a way where you can get to those clients for free. So let's just go here. What you need to search for, I have a few filters here. What you need to search for are people who spend a lot of money here. So you're not going to apply to jobs where someone spent 1,000 euros, 20,000, that's cheap. These people are basically broke. They don't have legit businesses, they don't have anything. 1K. Okay, so we have 1 million. This guy spent 1 million on Upwork, and he says, we need to create onboarding video, blah, blah. So what you're going to do here, okay, let me first show you how you're going to get those leads for free. And by the way, lead is someone who is a potential customer of yours. So how are you going to get those for free? When you go on a job post, you'll go into these testimonials and reviews and just search under this first rating. So the first rating is related to the client. The second rating is related to the freelancer. You're going to watch this first one and just search for their name. Just try to find out if he mentioned any name there. Okay, we have name Mark and Disputifier. Okay, so this is probably his company. Let's search it up. Disputifier. Okay, the number one automated chargeback platform. So yeah, it is that because it's a SaaS company, and he mentioned that in his job post. So now you have direct link to his website. You have his name. You can find his email address, his LinkedIn, his Instagram, whatever way you can find to contact him. You will have free way to contact him. Okay, so let's go here. It's Mark from Disputifier. Let's see if we can find it maybe, because you have online tools for finding those leads and for... Why is my webcam disappearing always? So, okay, Mark Wagner, founder. Okay, this is perfect. You already found their LinkedIn. So you have his LinkedIn, just message him. And I'm going to show you exactly how to message him, because it's very important what you say in that first message. It's very important how you open up the conversation. So yeah, let me give you just a few other tips on Upwork. So when you see, okay, this is something that I recently applied on. So let's see how am I applying to these jobs. You need to understand what are their needs. That's the most important thing when doing anything in life. You need to understand what does the other person want to get out of me. So they said, we're seeking a talented video editor to assist us in producing high quality videos for YouTube channel. Okay. The ideal candidate should have experience in creating engaging and informative content with a focus. Okay. You'll guide us in producing raw footage, incorporating graphics, music, and ensuring a polished video product. Ideally after and non-used cards out. So he's mentioning some specific stuff that we need to think about. How can we solve those small problems for him? And let's go over my pitch here. So let's view my proposal. Let's see how I actually pitch this client. So this is my pitch. First of all, first sentence needs to grab his attention, because there will be hundreds of people applying to this job, hundreds of people hungry who want to make money, who will try to undercut you on the payment, because there are a lot of people who will work for 100 euros per month, 200 euros per month from Pakistan, India, Egypt, or those countries. So you need to be very strategic on how are you going to approach it. So first thing that I did, I tried to find his name. Okay, I found that his name is Stuart. I couldn't find his website, but I found his name. And I'm going to use that in the first word of his cover letter, of the proposal that I'm going to send to him. I'm going to mention his name, because every single person is responsive to hearing their name or like seeing it. So I said, hey, Stuart, I recorded, so I did this for you. I gave you some value up front. So this is a very important step. I recorded an 11-minute video introduction for you. In this introduction, I showed you how I guided my previous clients on producing videos remotely. That's because he mentioned that that is very important for him. He said, I need someone who will help me set everything up. And then that's the first thing that I mentioned to him. I'll help you choose the right equipment, setting it up, etc. I also showed you my portfolio, so that's another thing that's important for him, understanding that I can actually produce videos for him on the level that he's expecting it from. Explain how I'm going to strategize your videos, what the collaboration will look like. Okay, now let's play this video. Let's see what does it actually sound like and what did I focus on in the video. Because at any stage, any point of contact that you're going to have with your clients, you need to use these same principles: hook or headline. So these are the copywriting principles. Search up copywriting, read some books about it, watch some courses. Copywriting is something that's very, very useful, whatever you're doing, whether you're writing script for ads, whether you're writing script for videos, whether you're doing outreach, whether you're building out the website, whatever you're doing, that's something that you need to learn. So let's go and play this video real quickly. I'll play it at probably. So what did I say in the first few seconds? Most of the people's natural instinct would be to say, hey, Stuart or Stuart, whatever, I'm Nemanja, I have a bachelor's degree, I'm this, I'm that. Nobody cares. I want to see what can you do for me. So I said, hey, Stuart, I'm Nemanja, I'm going to show you in this video exactly how I'm going to deliver value to you. And I'm going to show him every single thing that he mentioned is important. So let's quickly go over this video. I'm not going to explain every single thing. Okay, I'm mentioning his pain points and how I'm going to drive some monetary results for him. Then I'm showing him a filming guide that I prepared for my previous clients who asked me, Nemanja, how can we set up an internal studio for shooting videos? And then I just created it for them. And now I have SOPs. So SOP is something that you can use multiple times. It's called, I think it's standard operating procedures or something like that. But it's something that you can use to systematize some processes that are repeated in your company. So I created this as an SOP to teach my customers how can they produce videos internally, because that's a big FAQ, big pain point for them. Then I showed how those videos will look like. Then I showed my competence, my website. I broke down the strategy and pretty much all of the things that I showed to you. Just showed them the references, just showed them how the production process will look like, just showed them how I'm going to deliver consistency throughout these videos, how are we going to provide them with videos that are going to be aligned with their brand guidelines, videos that are going to be aligned with their marketing strategy. I show them what the revision process will look like, because I'm trying to explain the effortless part of it. I'm trying to show that it doesn't require that much time to work with us. It doesn't require complex communication or anything like that. And then finally, I showed him how everything will be organized for him in Notion. You need to be organized. That's another thing that's very important. Whatever you're doing, you need to be on the highest level possible of organization, because other people will need to join your folders and they need to see things very easily. They need to navigate through all of that very easily. Here's my portfolio website. Okay, I've linked him to the website. Here are my case studies. I linked him to my YouTube to just signal more authority and trust into him. And that's basically it. That's basically how you do outreach. I'll make the process effortless for you and guide you through every step, even if you've never touched a camera before. I'm just explaining what he finds important. I would love to learn more about your needs whenever you're available for a quick call. He's in Australia. If he says, okay, Nemanja, can you join me in 6 in the morning on a call? Yeah, absolutely. Can you join me at 5 p.m.? Yeah. Can you join me at 10 a.m.? Anytime that he says, I'm going to be there, no matter what, 365 days a year. And that's another thing that I don't even think I don't even think it's important to mention, but you need to work harder than anyone else. That's just the nature of it. That's just the name of the game. because people really think that it's about the hack. How can I make fast money? How can I invest in crypto? And that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Like, what works is putting in the work for years, maybe 5, 10 years. And it sounds a lot, but if you're in your early 30s, by the age of 40, you'll be making more money than what you're making right now per year. And I think it's a good trade-off, you know? So just think about it. Fun YouTube. Okay, so that's it. Now, another way that you can outreach to clients, that you can get new contacts, is to create a lead list. You can pay for it. I'm in a position where I'm paying for that because I don't have manual time to source all of the leads myself. But you can go to platforms like Clutch. Okay, and here you can search for video agencies. For example, if you're trying to target video agencies, search up video agencies. Skip all of this. Okay, what is this? I hate it when they make the customer journey this complex, and that's why I'm saying it needs to be effortless, because they lost me. They lost my sale. I'm not going to be on their website anymore because I saw that I need to fill in the form. They need to get my email address so they can reach out to me in the future and promote some stuff. And I'm just not interested, you know. But you're going to go to Clutch. You're going to search up whatever your ideal customer profile is. So your target audience, just search it up and just start sourcing all of the names, all of the emails, and then you're going to start recording looms for them. What my strategy for recording looms for those cold leads looks like, it looks like this. Okay, let's play it. Pretty much the same thing, but it's 45 seconds. So don't try to make it too long. Just record all of these videos, and then you're going to send those videos to those people. And how that will look like: hey Chris, I hope you're doing great. If you need help producing videos in the future, my team and I would love to help. I recorded 1 minute video introduction showcasing our work and explaining how our collaboration will look like. Here's my website with case studies. That's it. And you need to send a lot of volume because this is cold. They didn't ask you for these emails, so it's cold. They don't know who you are. Most of the people won't even open the email. As you can see, I get maybe 30% of people who even open it. And it's just something that you can do on the side, but I won't recommend that. I would always recommend value first, meaning recording looms that are actually going to help them solve some of their problems, and you can understand their problems if they already posted a job about it. You can also do free videos for them. And people say, yeah, but you need to value yourself. You need to, you know, the problem is that a lot of people are entitled this day and age. A lot of people think that they deserve everything. And I believe I deserve nothing in this life. And I believe for every single client that I want to close, I need to bleed. I need to really, really put in a lot of work. And then I'm getting clients very, very easily. And that's the mindset shift, because people say, I don't want to work for free because I need to value myself. They need to respect me. But you're a nobody. I'm a nobody. We're all nobodies. And why would someone give you the opportunity to work for them? Even if you're working for free for someone, even my first 10 years of career working for free for some people, they're losing by hiring you for free. They're actually losing. They're losing their time. They're losing their nerves because you're just a kid who doesn't know anything, and they give you the opportunity that you can do something for them, do some projects and build that portfolio. So just change up your perspective on everything, because you're a nobody and you need to put yourself in a place, and then people will love working with you. Every single person who works with me loves me because they know that I'm humble. I'm on the ground. I know that they're always above you. You're not above your clients. You're not on the same level. They're above you. You are a service provider for a business that's making 500K per month. I'm not making 500K per month. I'm not even making it per year, maybe per few years, you know? So you need to really put yourself in place and be humble and just put in the work, and you'll get anything you ever wanted out of life. This is another example, and I'm going to just show you. This is a client that I actually closed. So I found his job post on Upwork. He was looking for someone to edit his ads. He needed branded type of ads for Facebook. And I have experience with Facebook creative testing. So when we're producing ads, we need to focus on, there are many different strategies, but we need to focus on creating dynamic creative tests. So that means that we're going to test out multiple different variations of every single video, and every single variation of the video will have different hooks. Maybe some different parts of the videos and elements will be switched up, so we can test out what will work the best when we publish those ads, when we launch the campaign, and when we try to get customers, when we try to get paid or book a call with some, or when we try to get book calls or whatever. So I understand all of that. And he was lucky enough that he posted the Dropbox link with all of the footage. And he said, I recorded this kind of footage. We need someone to edit it. And what I did, I took probably 8 hours of work, maybe 10 hours of work on a Sunday night. I went into all of the software that I used, Premiere Pro, After Effects, and I created ads for him. So I went out, I understood his pain point, I understood what he wants to achieve, and I just achieved it for him without asking anything in return. I just wanted him to book a call with me. I was like, hey, John, and I'll show you actually the outreach message that I sent, because I also recorded a Loom on top of that. So I edited this video for him, nothing too crazy, good headline, which grabs the attention of our target audience. We have some social proof here. We have some custom animations here that are aligned with their brand, etc., etc. So everything looks clean, nothing too crazy, but it's the style that he was asking for, and I just provided it to him. I said, "Hey, John, I hope you're doing great. I'm not explaining who I am, what kind of school did I finish, or anything stupid like that. I'm just saying I edited this for you. I did this for you. So you are going to do value-based approach. I edited this for you to show you my skill set and value-first approach. Okay. And then I also recorded this video. So this is the Loom type of video that I'm recording right now, where I break down all of the things that I mentioned so far. So I showed him everything that he mentioned as important in his job post. I've linked him to my portfolio website, and I said, I'm here for any additional questions. Have a great day. And by the way, in this video, I obviously mentioned if he's interested to work with me, that he can schedule a call with me and just message me to get started. And he replied, I think the same day. Yeah, the same day. I think even in a matter of a few hours. Yeah, once he woke up in US, he messaged me. He said, wow, this is great work. Thanks for being so proactive. What's the cost of a video like the one you completed? So this is something that a lot of salespeople will tell you. You never reveal the price upfront, because you need to understand human psychology. If someone asks you for the price upfront, he's obviously a seasoned entrepreneur. He knows his stuff. He asked me for the price because, first of all, he wants to qualify if they are willing to invest that kind of money, and if it's even worth it for him to jump on a call with me. If I said my price is $10,000 for one video and he doesn't want to spend that much, then he just won't join me on the call. And most of the people will tell you, no, you just need to pre-frame it like, hey, John, I can't tell you the price straight away because we need to understand your strategy. We need to understand this and that, and then I can quote you. But I understand that he doesn't have time for me, and I can potentially lose a client that's already interested in my offer. And what I'm trying to sell him is very commodity based. It doesn't really matter what his strategy is because he already recorded those videos. He just needs them to be edited. So then I reached out and I said, okay, the pricing would be this. It doesn't matter what prices I set here. I said 300 per ad. I listed out all of the things that are included in that because that's something that you need to mention when you're working with anyone, especially in written thread. You should have it on email, on Slack, on your contracts. You need to define clearly what is included and what is not included. So up to 90 seconds, 3 hook variations, 2 format adaptations. And by the way, when we went into production, these videos were longer than 90 seconds. They were maybe 2 minutes long. But I never told him like, hey, John, we actually said it will be up to 90 seconds, but it was 110 seconds. Don't make the process hard for your clients. Just do the work. It will always get back to you if you over deliver in value. You can't complain that you didn't charge extra $20 or $50. Like, nobody cares about it, to be honest. Like, just don't be cheap. Don't be cheap. Nobody likes to have that salty feeling that you're cheap. Like, you're asking someone for 10, 20, 50, 100, $200. Like, I'm never charging extra for revisions, even if it's out of scope. I always over deliver. And let me show you, because many people think that I'm just lying about everything they say. So let's go into Slack. Let's go. This is, by the way, their chat. And last week they asked me, is it this one? Yeah. Okay. Hey, Nemanja, what would be the price to make this video? And they sent me a video that literally took me an hour to complete. And I didn't even mention the price. I just gave it to them for free. And they say, wow, that was fast, man. Thank you so much. And that's it. You just over deliver. That's the hack. That's the hack to making money. It's not even the hack. It's something that, I don't know, maybe some people are just not aware. But I think a lot of people are just lying and they're just lazy. They just don't want to put in the work. They just want to have the easy route. And I said the pricing, and I mentioned once again, because it's very important for him to watch that Loom so I can pre-frame my value and position myself. I said, if you haven't checked it out yet, please do so on this link. And then I kind of reminded him that he can watch it Loom. And I shared my link to schedule the discovery call with me. Okay. Then he didn't respond because it was too much out of his budget, and he just didn't respond. Okay. And five days later, 6, I said, hey, John, and this is, by the way, called a value-driven follow-up. So you're going to follow up with him to ask him if he had the chance to take a look at your proposal, but you're also going to provide him with some sort of value, something that's actually valuable for him. And I shared one of my other ads that I completed for some of my other clients to show him my competence more, to show him what kind of style that is different to what he was asking for, we can achieve for him. Okay. And it's a very good ad. It performed well. And someone who has that marketing feeling will know that it has a good hook, good story, and everything like that. And I said, once again, we can hop on a call to discuss your needs further. Bye. Okay. And then his right hand, his manager, reached out to me. He said, hey, I hope you're doing great. I'm the operations manager. This is out of our budget. Our budget is $150 per video. And thinking about it, for one ad like this, it doesn't take you a lot of time. And the whole project, at the end, I charge them $180 per video. But yeah, let me explain you some of these things. Okay. So here, yeah, John, the founder, also reached out to me. Hey, thanks for sending this over. Really helpful to see. Then he watched the Loom video and he was like, okay, really appreciate all of that. Appreciate you being proactive, as you see. And here I said, okay, I can do this for you. If we're going to lower the price, you will get less things included in the price. Okay, I will lower the price a bit, but you will also get lower output. So if you're going to get 3 hooks and 2 formats, which is the standard DCT testing, we'll have 3 hooks and 2 different formats and 3 different headlines. when we're posting that on Facebook Ads Manager, that will cost 250 instead of 300. And if you're going to go for one hook, which takes us a lot less time, there will be $180. I include this and that, and then explain some of the process. And then they didn't respond again. And I'm always going to do the value-driven follow-up. So next value-driven follow-up was me saying, hey, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you're having a great day. Just wanted to share some extra value. So I'm going to overflood them with extra value until I close them. And then I edited the whole ad set. So the whole ad with 3 different hooks, with 2 different variations, I edited all of it for them and sent it for them for free. And that's $250 of value for them. And I sent it for free. And then he reached out, hey, we'd like to go ahead and start collaborating. And that's how you close clients. That's how you close clients. You give them free value, unlimited free value forever until you die, and that's it. You'll just close. Like, it's impossible not to close clients if you're having that approach, if you have lots of volume and output, and if you're reaching the right type of people. And I explained everything in this video. So, and then you need to make the onboarding process easy for them. The onboarding process is something that they have to go through in order to start their first project with you. So my onboarding process is very systematized. It's created by SOPs. So we have 4 steps, or actually 3 steps. They need to fill in the onboarding form, which is basically the questions about their business, what are they trying to achieve with these videos, so I can better understand their needs. Then they need to accept the Slack invite, because if you're working with US companies, with serious companies, you're not going to communicate on emails. No one is going to reply on your threads. You need to be professional. You need to use Slack. That is the most professional software that every company is using, and you will just onboard them. That onboarding means inviting them there, sending them the welcome message, just welcoming them, just be friendly, just be nice to them, and just saying, if you ever need anything, feel free to message me at any time. I'll be glad to answer any questions, any concerns. And then signing the contract, you need to prepare the contract, and they need to sign it before starting to work with you. It depends. If you're starting out, you can charge them after the project is completed, because they have something to lose, and you can figure out who you can charge before, who you can charge after. I usually charge them after because I have nothing to lose, and I'm not targeting scammers or people who are not serious and serial entrepreneurs. I'm targeting serious businesses, and they don't have time to waste scamming me for $1,000, so they don't care. Then I prepared 2 extra values, value, 2 extra values. So this is the marketing video blueprint. This teaches them about all the different kinds of videos that we can produce from them and what kind of purpose will it have in their funnels. And then we have the filming guide, the thing that I mentioned, teaching them about how to record those videos for themselves. And if you have a web design agency, those will be different. Lots of these elements that I mentioned will be different depending on the business model that you have. But these are the principles that you can use in anything that you do. Just need to have a little bit of thought on how are you going to adapt it to your business. And I can't share it here. I can share my webcam, but you just listen to me. Another thing that you need to do is to warm up your email. So here you can see that I'm warming up my email. And that means if you want to send outreach campaigns, if you want to send outreach campaigns massively, if you want to send 100 emails per day, 1,000 emails per day, your emails will go to spam. So if you have an email that you used previously, your personal email, or even if you create a new email, especially if you create a brand new email that doesn't have any context, any messages, it will go to spam. So what you need to do, you need to warm up your email. That means you'll connect it, you'll pay, I don't know, like $20, $30 per month per email. And by the way, you'll create emails that are going to be on a custom domain. So not gmail.com, but yourdomain.com. You'll create 2 or 3 domains because you can easily get blacklisted, and it's always good to have multiple domains. The domain shouldn't be the same domain as you use to host your website, because if they blacklist the domains because of the email deliverability, then your website SEO and your website will perform worse as well. So just try to avoid that. Buy two domains, buy 3 domain email addresses, select warm mapping tool. I used Warmup Inbox. You can use Lemlist. You can use, I think Lemlist is the best because you can also set up email campaigns there. Lemlist plus Lemwarm, it costs maybe $80 per month, but it's a very good tool. And just start sending out those emails. And then when you onboard your clients, this is how your Slack should look like. So the welcoming email, welcome message. Hey guys, thanks for having me here. Nice to meet you. I had a call with Jay and we agreed on everything. Just let me know if you're going to proceed with 3 hooks or 1 hook. And here also free value. Also, I would like to finish up the free test that I started, and as it's already 90% there, so you can publish it as well. Just let me know what changes are needed. So I could have sold them this easily because they actually asked me to do 4 videos of them, and I said no, this was already included for you. I gave this to you for free. So that's how you need to think. That's how you need to think. It's not rocket science. There is a lot of things that you need to do to learn, to set up your funnel, to set up all of the stuff. But I think once you get used to all of that, it just becomes volume. It just depends on whether you're going to find the client that will match your needs, whether you can fulfill those needs for you, whether you can fulfill their needs actually and their problems, and just reaching out to as many people as possible. And once you find an offer that's working, for me, that was VSLs for a long time, but I'm switching from that because I didn't really like the type of people that I used to work with, because I worked with lots of course sellers and people who didn't really have true value to offer. And now I enjoy working more with real business owners, with brick and mortar businesses, with service-based businesses that are actually legit. Just start outreaching, just start adapting your offer, because you need to understand that this is my 20th offer and I've had hundreds of thousands of failures, and it's just the name of the game. We produce corporate videos, so this was done for a corporate offer. Then I had the VSL offer, then I had the YouTube long form video offer, then I had AI solutions for businesses, AI automations and workflows for businesses, then I had web design agency offer. Then I had, this is going to be my new offer. So we produce AI videos that will save you time and money. So I'm going to offer AI production for customers. And then I have a quick layout on how I want to present everything. So headline, VSL, pain points, call to action, results, call to action, social proof, credibility with more videos, social proof, call to action. You just need to figure it out once. You just need to get results once, because once you start getting results, once, the second time, the third, the fourth time, you'll just realize that you have cracked the code, and you'll just be able to repeat it multiple times. And then you need to create systems, SOPs. If you grow your company, if you have more and more clients, you'll then need to start learning about how to hire, how to manage teams, how to do the client satisfaction without you being present in production. So yeah, this was 60-minute session, and I hope someone gained value from it. I absolutely have nothing to lose, but it gave me clarity on what are my next steps. So yeah, that's it. I hope I helped anyone make more money.